Hello, good afternoon or morning. Good morning, afternoon, good night, whatever time of day you're watching this. Thank you for joining. I am Allison with Sunflower Collective Outdoors, Sunflower Collective Yoga. Feels good. Happy International Day of Yoga. Whenever you see this, we're just doing a nice, refreshing, breathing yoga flow. So I appreciate you joining me for yoga today. And I'm just going live on Instagram. And just do all these things. I'm so proud of myself for showing up right now. I'm proud of you for showing up when you do show up. So just always remember that. Sometimes we show up when we can show up, and that's all that matters. Show up when you can show up. Because trust me, we all got like so much stuff going on. Trust me, I don't know how we do it all. How do we do it all? I don't know. But I'm starting us off with, we're going to start with a nice meditation opener. I do have some money matrix incense, and I started it yesterday during class. So this is our wrapping up. Yesterday we celebrated Juneteenth on my channel. Just 1 second. We celebrated Juneteenth on my channel, so that was really nice to celebrate Juneteenth. So how about you just have a seat, and in your seat, just get comfortable on the floor. Get in a comfortable position. So in your comfortable position on the floor, you're having a seat. Maybe you have a cushion, maybe you have a block. Whatever tools you have, you are more than welcome to use them. I do call tools because I love tools. I love tools. And as a former lifeguard and swim instructor, I always tell people to use tools. I would also always say, check out YouTube to see how strokes and different things are going, because it helps your mind imagine it before it happens. So that's always a suggestion for me. So as we're sitting in this position, just get comfortable. We're going to take a couple breaths to start us out here. So in your position, have your hands, put them on top of your knees. Breathe in, release out. Again, breathe in, release out. Breathe in, release out. One more time, breathe in, release out. Beautiful. Just take a couple seconds to yourself. Go inward. Keep breathing. A couple seconds to yourself. Breathe. And we'll start to tap those fingers. Tap those fingers. Release them on top of your knees. You can start doing some circles. So circle to the left. Just take your whole body into circles. Keep your knees grounded. A couple more. And then come up straight and reverse. Go the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Yes. Feel it out. And a couple more. Keep breathing. And come up to center. Beautiful. Let's come into child's pose before we push up. So we're going to child's pose because it's International Day of Yoga and we're doing yoga our way, whatever that means. So you can go into child's pose, push your hands into the mat and push back. Get a nice stretch right here. I love going to classes with other people because you really can feel their energy, but if you can't go to class, you're joining me right here and I can feel your energy. And let's come into downward facing dog. I can feel your energy. Yes, I can. In downward dog, we're going to go ahead and pedal it out. You can move your feet up and down. Maybe move them side to side. Whatever feels good for you right now, go right ahead. Fingers are nice and wide on the mats. Couple more movements. Keep breathing. 2 more. Come to stillness. Bend your knees. Step forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Bend your knees and rise all the way on up. Just get a nice little back bend right here and then bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Let's just take a couple breaths right here. And I'm live on Instagram and YouTube. So if you're on my Instagram or YouTube, make sure you follow each other. My information is in the bio. I go live when I can. I also post on my YouTube. It shows when I'm going live. So you can always join me anywhere. And we're going to take our arms on up. We're going to do Sun A. You can get a nice little back bend right here and fold. Come up halfway. Fold, step back or jump back, vinyasa. And you can come down on your knees if you'd like to or stay up in the air. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Breathe right here. I went to the Y and exercised this morning, and I went swimming. Oh my God, I wish I was like that every day. Do a mile, and then I went and swam a 500 meters. And now I'm doing yoga. International Day of Yoga, y'all. 2 more breaths right here. International Day of Yoga, just a reflective word. The origins. I can't say where the origins are from, but it's one of the days. Bend your knees, step or hop forward, up halfway, fold, and rise all the way on up. We're going to do 2 more Sun A's, hands to heart center, arms up, and fold, up halfway, fold, step back, jump back, vinyasa, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. You can do any pose you'd like right here. Maybe it's 3-legged dog. Maybe you want to bend that leg. You can take it to wherever you like. But keep breathing. The breath is always the consistent. Showing up consistently. International Day of Yoga. I'm just going to keep chiming that word because it's a thing. Yesterday was Juneteenth, and I definitely talked about Juneteenth because that was here in the United States. So, but in solidarity with everyone, we are celebrating. Let's bring our legs down into neutral. 1 more breath. Bend your knees. step or hop forward, up halfway, fold, rise all the way on up. Here's the heart center. And sun A again, arms up, fold, up halfway, fold, step back, jump back, vinyasa. Step back, jump back. It's like a song. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Maybe you did something on the other side. So make sure you do it on the opposite side. Just reflecting on my personal yoga journey. I've been doing yoga, I think, since 2004, and I started doing it at the YMCA when I was in college in Louisiana. A couple more breaths here. I started getting more serious, and like diving more into yoga in 2013. And then in 2014, I started consistently really practicing yoga. Come back to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. And let's square and rise on up. Nice little back bend right there. Hands to heart center. Nice. We're going to do a sun B. And add in some of our other favorite poses. Sun B, chair pose. Fold, up halfway. Fold, step back, jump back, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward, warrior 1. Arms going up. Nice. Bend that front knee. It should be going towards that right corner of the mat. And bring those arms down in vinyasa. So you can vinyasa. Maybe you'd like to practice an arm balance. So you can practice bringing your right arm underneath that right leg, making a little perch for it. Maybe that foot can come off the ground a little. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. It's all practice. I'll give you more time. And the left side, warrior 1. And hands down, vinyasa. I know you'll be able to see better on this side. See how I tuck my arm, and then there's a shelf. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Maybe you want to stay like this. Maybe you want to come in dolphin. Maybe you want to do dolphin pose. Whatever's in your practice. Bend those knees if you'd like. They don't have to be locked out. They shouldn't be. 2 more breaths. Come back to neutral. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise into chair pose. Release the shoulders. They shouldn't be up here. Release them down. Your chair can literally be where you'd like it. Arms up. And stand on up. Release. Nice. You can turn to the long side or stay in that same position. We're just going to open our legs up some more. do some stretching right here. So yes, come the long length of your mat. Step your legs out. Arms go out, straight out. And we are going to put them on our hips and fold. So your hands can be on your hips or bring your hands down. Maybe your hands go on your toes. Maybe they stay on your hips. Maybe you need to bring your legs wider. Whatever feels comfortable for you. But breathing through it is number one. Maybe you'd like to go into tripod headstand right here. If you'd like to do that, you can do that. And bring your hands back up to your hips. Come up halfway. Rise all the way on up. Nice. This time we're going to take our hands behind our back and you can grasp. You can take your hands elbow to elbow, or if you'd like to do prayer arms, hands. And when you do this, your heels are always, the heels of your hand are always pressing your back. They're not lifted up, they're pressing your back. You can be right here, whatever feels comfortable. So move into that hand position and go ahead and fold over. Nice. Come up halfway and rise all the way on up. This time we're going to take our hands, you're going to clasp your hands together, just like that. And we're going to fold on over. So when you're ready, fold. Some people can bring their shoulders all the way to the ground. And come up halfway and rise all the way on up. Beautiful. Let's step to the top of the mat. Nice. And let's vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. Or you could just meet in downward facing dog, whatever feels good for you. And in downward dog, we're going to bring our right leg up. Bring that right leg up into three-legged dog. And then we're going to bring that right knee in and take it back up. And let's bring it in again and take it back up. Bring it in again. And this time we're going to let it slide over into a star position. If you have enough room, press through those hips. Beautiful. Take that left hand down. Push back into three-legged dog. Bring that right foot down. Let's take that left leg up. And let's crunch that in. Back up. In again. Back up. And bring it in. And slide it through. Bring that right hand up. Get a nice stretch right there. Anything's possible in an actual day of yoga. And then back to three-legged dog. And to down dog. Nice. Let's come down onto all fours. And let's push onto your, lay on your stomach. So in this position, left cheek on the mat. And we're gonna raise on up. So we're gonna do superhuman. So hands are facing the ground. Nose is pointing towards the ground. Feet are lifted. The tops of your feet are facing the ground. Breathe right here. And release. Opposite cheek to the mat. Nice. And let's come up again. And this time, let's grab our ankles of our feet. Nice. And push on up. Maybe you come up a lot, maybe you don't. Just being here is number one. Keep breathing. Make sure everything feels good too. And release. Release those ankles. Nice. Let's push on back into child's pose. Nice. And let's come onto our back. We're on our back right now. Hands down to your side. You can scoot your heels in a little more closer to your bum. And we're going to push up into bridge. Or if you'd like to, you can go ahead and push up into wheel. We're going to do 3 of these. First one, go ahead and push up into bridge. You can always scoot your elbows underneath some, giving yourself more length. And release. Nice. And again, bridge or wheel. Go right ahead, push on up. International Day of Yoga feels right here. Breathe. And release on down. And last one. Wheel or bridge, whatever feels good for you. Push right on up. The breath is always the consistent. And come on down. Nice job. Let's bring our knees in. You can roll back and forth. Nice. Let's take our right leg long. We're just holding in our left knee. Nice. We're going to take our left and cross it over our right body. Get a nice little stretch right here. If you had someone next to you to help you, they could put their hand on your shoulder and put their hand on your hip and push outwards, the opposite direction, very lightly, and that would give you a nice additional stretch, little massage. Nice. And let's switch sides. So right knee in, cross it on over, opposite direction. And bring those knees in. We're coming to the end of our practice. I'm giving you some time to do some extra positions. Maybe you'd like to do legs up the wall. Or you can put your legs straight up like they're under. You can put your hands under your bum and put your legs straight up. This is an inversion. If you have a wall, you can put your legs at the wall. You can do headstand, shoulder stand. Do another vinyasa. It's your time. The consistent is your breath. Couple more breaths here. You can go into Shavasana if you'd like to. If you're inverted, take your time coming down. Child's pose before your Shavasana. And Shavasana. Go ahead and move into your final position. As we show up every day and through our path, we discover what is our greatest strengths and how to grow from that every day. So as we celebrate this International Day of Yoga, it's just to recognize that we're all badass yogis and you show up. Whatever you show up with, you're showing up, and that's why you're celebrating, because you show up. And we thank the creators and those in the lineage that have brought yoga forward. It is your practice. Try all different types. But we have shine. You are made up of stardust. Keep sparkling. You are made up of stardust, so keep sparkling. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation, fertility. And one more message for y'all. Abundance. The world is abundant when you choose to see it that way. Citrine is the stone. My favorite, and this is citrine. I think it's citrine. As we're ending our meditation, you can turn to one side. And when you're ready, you can push your cell phone up. And your seated position. Let's end with an Om. So bring your hands to heart center. Breathe in. Release out. Breathe in. Thank you so much for joining me, Ashe community. Thank you so much. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share the stream. I really appreciate it. I'm here. Check my YouTube to see when I post. I'm on Instagram, and you can reach out to me. You can shoot me an email. All my information is in the description box. And our Black History card we're ending with is Mohamasa. Muhumusa, Rwandan warrior queen and spiritualist, widow of Rabagur, chief of Rwanda in the late 19th century. And here's the card. There is our card. I could spit out some more facts, but thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great afternoon, morning, night, whatever you watch this. Thank you.